Congresswoman Porter, your thoughts on the idea of funding health care for undocumented immigrants statewide?
Yes.
There is no California. It is just an extension of Mexico at this point. Hey, are you going to give the illegals Medicare? Yes. All right, then. Thank you.
Yes, and
that's, by the way, what I think Californians deserve as answers to these questions, Alex.
She's right there. Y'all deserve it. You absolutely deserve. If this is who you're putting up to run for governor, then you absolutely do deserve it. Just have at it. Make sure you give all your money. Don't go to the Met Gala next year. Just give your money up to Democrats in California. They will spend it better.
For critics who say that we can't afford it, what do you...
My view is that it's a bit rich for Javier to talk about following the law when he is mired personally in a corruption scandal where his former chief of staff, Sean McCluskey, when Javier was appointed by Joe Biden to be health secretary, he wanted his...
Oh, let me just explain. The bald head guy is Steve Hilton. He is probably going to, if not win, be the top Republican. And there's only two Republicans on there. Sheriff Chad Bianco, you'll see, and Steve Hilton. All the rest are scumbag Democrats.
Chief of staff to go with him. The salary wasn't enough. So what did they do? They took money from Javier's campaign account to top up his salary by funneling it to Dana Williamson, Gavin Newsom's former chief of staff, so that it was paid to this guy's wife.
Secretary
All of that is illegal. It is against state law. It's against federal law. My running mate for Attorney General, Michael Gates, has this evening written to Javier Becerra to make it clear.
And he knows he did it. He did the deed. And he's sitting there smiling like it's no big deal because everybody steals in California. And so Steve Hilton is letting them know, if I get elected, we're coming for you. I'm telling you right now, we're going to come for you.
When he is Attorney General, Javier will be investigated and, if necessary, prosecuted for these crimes.
On the question of health care for the undocumented,
I said everybody in California
you would
has a...
This is Tom Steyer, the billionaire Democrat, and he just said, yeah, everybody in California. So when you hear them say Californians, they make no distinction. If your feet are on the soil in California, you're a Californian. It doesn't matter who you are. We're going to pay for everything.
Right to healthcare. And let's answer
California
this out.
should fund that.
The truth of the matter is, immigrants built this state. Immigrants.
People of California, if you live in California, tell me what the hell these people talking about. Immigrants built this state. I'm pretty sure the gold rush and everything else. Are you going to go all the way back then when people came from England and other parts over there and they went towards the west? Go west, my young man. I don't think that's what you're talking about. Immigrants built California. They always forget the word because they don't acknowledge the word.
Make this state run.
Yeah.
Legal. The fact of the matter is, we had a broken immigration system, and now you want to victimize the people who are working here and making the state run.
Thank you,
As
sir.
Antonio said,
you're going to hear this a few times. They are openly admitting our state is so effed up, we can't even work if we don't have the illegals. They're saying this on national television. Kaylin Collins was one of the moderators, and even she had to look like, am I really hearing this right? Are you people on a national news network saying, we can't do anything without the illegals? We got to have them. We got to go ahead and give them Medicare, and we got to give them free food, and we got to get them free housing because we can't do anything without illegals. And I watched her face. Some of you guys may watch, and she just had this look about her. Are these people really saying this?
try and get rid of them. You can't do it.
Let's go to...
But try and get rid of them. You just can't do it. At that point, they should have said, yeah, you need to get off the stage. You're definitely not qualified. You've already raised the white flag. His actual words. Try to get rid of them. You can't do it. They're like roaches. Once they're here, you can't do anything with them. You try to stomp out one, they breed like... And if it wasn't funny, it's sad because this is a big state, and the candidates are like, we can't do anything about them. You try.
was just in the fashion district on the side of downtown Los Angeles, where I met with small business owners who have tears in their eyes because they don't have customers anymore, because Donald Trump's cruel and indiscriminate enforcement based on the color of people's skins, the language they're speaking, it has terrorized the community. It's targeting the Latino community. It is disproportionately impacting our immigrant nation.
So let me get this right. Someone decided to open a business, a restaurant. You know, many people have opened businesses. You do your demographics, you do your homework, you do your studies, your traffic impact. And I've never met anybody who opened a business and said, you know what? My entire clientele that I'm going to be counting on to make money in my business in the United States of America, my entire clientele are illegals. That's why I'm opening this business. I know normal people won't come here. I'm only opening my business because I will profit off of these people. Then you don't have a business. You are admitting being complicit in crime. And this guy, the mayor of San Jose, wants you to back off enforcing immigration law because people open restaurants to cater to illegals. I told you I'm watching this stuff going, this can't be right. They can't be saying this. Do they not realize the cameras? Look, turn around. See that thing over there with the red light? It's a camera. It's beaming this out to the entire country. And most of the country scratching their heads going, what am I watching?
Congresswoman Porter, what's your view? What's your response?
Donald Trump sucks.
She actually said that on television. I got to rewind that. That's just gold. That's just comedy gold right there. So hey, listen, we're talking about illegals not be able to go to restaurants. So what's your opinion?
What's your view? What's your response?
Donald Trump sucks.
And I swear I did not clip that. That actually happened. I was sitting here, I'm petting Midas, and Robin's sitting next to me, and I'm drinking something, and I nearly spewed it when she said that. That's a candidate for office. It's in California. Oh, I guess these next couple of minutes, it's comic relief.
What's your answer to that? As Mr. Hilton is saying, it's the decision of the federal government.
It's the job of the governor to protect every single Californian. Period. There are no qualifications on that.
Are you doing that?
There are no qualifications other than that. It is my job as the governor to protect everybody in the state. You mean people who are actually legal? No, all of them. That's your job, huh? Somebody needs to look at a job description for the governor of California. By the way, as you're watching this, the thing that should be going through your head is, this is it? All the business owners, all the lawyers, everything in California, these are the people you put up to run for governor. There's something wrong.
Are you doing that by having a sanctuary state policy? Absolutely not. And I was on the stage telling everyone what was going to...
Okay. Pay attention to what she says right here.
I would like to get
from sanctuary state,
complete
and it's forcing
answer.
us to be less safe.
May I give an answer?
Go ahead.
It's the job of the California governor to protect every single Californian. The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have, are focusing on doing their jobs, which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities.
Who told these people this? You know, your job is not to cooperate with the president of the United States and the federal government. You're an island out there. And we're going to use all our resources to make sure Californians, ones who are here and not supposed to be here, are taken care of.
These are Californians. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state has been growing in recent years.
I got to play that again. Because she said that in public, on television. Oh my gosh. Did you hear this? Let her say it again, because mashed potato lady here just
Answer.
Go ahead.
It's the job of the California governor to protect every single Californian. The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have, are focusing on doing their jobs, which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities. These are Californians. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state has been growing in recent years.
It's clear.
Secede. Leave the union. At this point, the only way we've been able to succeed or do anything in California is if we have these people who aren't supposed to be here. There's nothing else we can do. That's it. That's our sole source for growth. Like I told you, I was sitting with Robin and Lily was over here and Midas was sitting on my lap, and I'm like, I'm not hearing this right. There's something really wrong when you're telling the world that your state cannot survive without having these people in the country. Excuse me. I know some of you guys are watching this going, Barry, you cut that clip. She actually said that. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And like I told you, Caitlin Collins, it was almost like she was like, they're not really saying this stuff out loud, are they? I think they thought they were having a California debate where everyone in California who's watching understands this. Now we know the secret. They don't exist as a state if they don't have illegals. Because it was matter of fact to all of the people on the Democrat candidates. It was like, yeah, that's what we do here. That's how it works. It's the only way it works. Our restaurants can't even open. And people across the country are like, there's something wrong. You're telling everybody your state is failed. You're telling everybody you cannot perform as a state without having all these people from other countries running around. It's got to be news to many people. Whoever watched it yesterday and they're not from California, you right now, you got to be looking like SV always says, like the RCA dog going, wait a second. Did you really just say that?
Classic Democrats, isn't it, what you're hearing? If it moves, tax it. If it still moves, regulate it. And if it stops moving, I guess they want to subsidize it. Look, the truth is on this, we have to have a bit of humility. This is a very fast-moving technology, and actually even the people involved in it disagree about its exact consequences. Here are two practical things we could and should be doing better today. First of all, the real blue-collar jobs that are coming from the AI revolution, they're not happening in California. They're going to Texas and Arizona, semiconductor manufacturing. We can get that back by removing regulations. And secondly, our school system is not educating our kids to be able to thrive in this world of AI. We need to do better.
They kept trying to shut him up. Yeah, okay, we get it. You want to educate people and have them learn prosperity and be involved in, some prosperous stuff. Yeah. Stop. Okay, we got to move to the next nut.
Talk about the proposed billionaire tax. Just last week, a one-time 5% tax on the assets of billionaires cleared a critical hurdle to make the ballot in November, setting up a clash over what could be the nation's first wealth tax. Congresswoman Porter, Mr. Steyer, as we just referenced, is the only billionaire on the stage. He supports this tax. You do not. Why not?
Because I support good ideas, not things that help me dodge political potholes due to my own background. This billionaire's tax is simply not good tax policy. And anybody.
So why isn't it good tax policy? Why? If you're going to tax billionaires, that's pretty much what Democrats want. So why would you be against taxing billionaires? Interesting.
who has watched me in Congress take on bank CEOs, take on pharma CEOs, challenge them for the fact that their workers can't make ends meet while they're pocketing $26 million a year, knows that I will speak truth to power. And here is the truth. This tax isn't going to fundamentally change California's economy in the way that young people and the working people of California need. It's a one-time tax, but we don't have one-time revenue needs. It taxes billionaires, as if half billionaires don't have two nickels to rub together and couldn't chip in a little bit more.
Okay, wait a second. So the tax that they're considering is to tax billionaires, but it's a one-time tax. Just go ahead and pay us, all this money. And she's like, no, that ain't enough. Because what about people who have a little bit less, $500 million? And also, we need to keep taxing them. We can't do a one-time tax. You're destroying your state.
And 90% of the money is dedicated to only one thing, when we have all kinds of revenue problems coming at us from our own decisions and Donald Trump. So yes,
Trump's not the governor of California. Not really sure. I could tell you where I think your problem is. Hey, giving all the money to the illegals. But yeah, I digress.
Aggressive tax code. Yes, to the wealthy paying more, but this tax is about cheap political points. It is not about really fundamentally changing California's economy for the better. That's going to take real political courage.
Thank you. Mr. Steyer, just about cheap political points, your response.
No. I have said that billionaires like me should pay more taxes and the big corporations should pay more taxes.
Excuse me,
and
you
that's
literally
why,
said...
if this proposition is on the ballot in November, I'll vote for it. But going forward, we do need to go further. This is a one-time tax, and it also doesn't spread the money across the government the way everything else does. And specifically, it doesn't go to education and teachers and students, which is a critical need in the state of California. The tax I'm proposing to close a corporate real estate tax loophole.
I don't know. I don't live in California, but if I lived in California right about now, I'm like, I got to call the U-Haul. I got to get the hell out of here if the Democrats stay in power. These people have no clue. I mean, absolutely none. Yeah, I'm a billionaire, but I want you to tax me more. And we need to tax other people and tax them. They're riding a tricycle. They're outside breathing air or something.
Thank you,
More
sir.
money, and it's spread throughout
I
the
have
only
not-
candidate
I
that's
have not
actually
gotten-
balanced two budgets.
Congresswoman.
I'm confused. Do you support the billionaire's tax that is going to be on the ballot in November, yes or no?
Katie, I just said I will vote for it if it's on the ballot in November.
So
what I've said.
Did you see her look like, I didn't expect that answer. I didn't hear him say it the first. Will you, yes or no, vote for it? Yes.
But you just said it wasn't a good idea.
It doesn't go far enough that, in fact, it is a one-time tax, and it also doesn't spread the money throughout the government. Look,
Let me weigh
we
in.
have an education
I'm the only
system
candidate that's
begging for
actually
money.
balanced two budgets.
We're going to bring Sheriff Bianco in first, and then we'll get to you, Mr. Mayor. Sheriff Bianco.
Thank you. So these Democrat policies.
He's the other Republican. Steve Hilton is one, and Sheriff Bianco is the other.
Of tax everybody to death and make them leave is how we started this program off to begin with. Everyone is leaving California, and it's because of their horrific policies. I agree with Katie that this is a horrific tax bill, but she is wrong on one thing. This is not a billionaire tax bill. You just have to read it and read what it is. I have spent my career suffering the consequences of their decisions and their policy that they love talking about. I am the one that deals with it. And the 140,000 people that are paying 50% of the taxes are going to leave. And then the wording of that bill makes the middle class and the lower middle class make up all those taxes.
Thank you.
Listen to these Democrats arguing about whether to go left or even further left when that's the direction that's got us into this mess.
It's like they ignored that part. Hey, we're really in debt and things are crazy, and let's just go further left. You know, about the train that they spent gazillion on, hasn't even laid any tracks. Well, let's just keep throwing money at it.
The highest cost, the highest taxes in the country. I'm the only person here with actual experience of single-payer healthcare, both as a patient and as a policymaker. As a patient, it nearly killed me. That's another story we don't have time for. As a policymaker, you end up with the worst patient satisfaction, cost that you can't afford, taxes sky high to pay for it. It is a total disaster. And the actual way we deal with healthcare in this state is to at least stop spending $20 billion a year on free healthcare for illegal immigrants who shouldn't even be in the country in the first place.
And he's
I think the next governor of California will have to work with the administration and with the president that the American people elected to get good results for Californians. And by the way, my attitude will be to work with the president regardless of party to get good results for Californians. Now, it so happens that we have a president who has endorsed me for governor, and we've discussed how I can work with his team to lower gas prices in California by opening up energy production, to reduce wildfire risk by proper forest management, to get the fraud and the waste out of our state budget so we can cut taxes. These are all practical ways we can work together to help everyone in California
Secretary
watching.
Becerra,
That's sacrilege in California. Cut taxes. We can never go backwards. We just have to keep taxes more. And I saw someone in the chat say, how bad is it that the leading candidate at this point, the one Trump has endorsed, ain't from here? Again, that goes back to what I'm saying, a huge state, a monstrous state in our country, and there's nobody there. I guess you can call it Sheriff Bianco, but other than those two guys, that's it. Nobody applied for the job, probably because nobody wants this damn job. Like, this is crazy. I'm about to leave anyway.
what's, you know,
So, Caitlin and Alex, it's interesting. We've already seen a couple of things that we'll probably see a lot of in this debate, which is the Democrats who are here who've been responsible for 16 years of one-party rule for everything that we see in California, won't take responsibility, and all they can talk about is Trump. Look, I was asked how I'm preparing for this debate the other day, and my answer was the meetings, the thousands of people that have come to our events the last year in California. I've traveled to every part of the state. I've seen the struggle and the stories. And that is my struggle and my stories. My parents were immigrants. The California dream is my dream. And I want that for every single one of you watching out there.
Mr.
We
Hilton,
can get it back.
You heard Mayor Mahan invoke MAGA values in his answer there. There are more than 2/3 of registered voters in this state who disapprove of President Trump's job performance. Why should voters who are unhappy with the performance of the president vote for the candidate that he's endorsed in this race?
All right, so I don't know where she got those numbers, but she's saying 2/3 of the people in California, 66%, hate MAGA. Well, maybe that's the problem with those people. Maybe those people don't realize that that state is going down the drain. Maybe those people aren't from here. I don't know. I'm just saying, since the state can't survive without illegals, then more than likely, who are you calling? Because it sounds like it's overpopulated with them. Because if you could survive without them, it wouldn't be so lopsided. You would have people opening businesses, doing business, creating an economy that works for people who are supposed to be here. I don't think they understand what they're showing people here. It's like, 66% of the people, they hate Trump. Okay, how many of them are supposed to be here?
Vote for the candidate who's got a concrete plan to make our state Cal-affordable. $3 gas, cut your electric bills in half, your first $100,000 tax-free, a home you can afford to buy. It's common sense, practical things. Most of my career has been in business. I know how to get things done, and we need to change. We need some fresh thinking after 16 years of one-party rule from these Democrats that have given us the highest poverty rate, as you mentioned, the highest unemployment rate, and the highest cost of living in the country.
I didn't want to show you the entire thing because it's really long, but you got a good flavor there. And I wanted to show you a bit more of Steve Hilton because President Trump has endorsed him.